when we rewind. It feels so nice. We time, you, I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say let's tune, babe. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say let's tune, babe. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long. Right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now. But I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. Got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say let's tune, babe. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how. Rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. We time, you, I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say let's tune, babe. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how got this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say let's tune, babe. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been
Hey everybody, hope you guys are all having a fantastic Friday night. This stream will probably go for about maybe 1 to 2 hours tonight. We're going to be talking about, outlook for May. What can we expect here? The good news, the bad news. Maybe we have a bounce next week. We'll talk about all that. And if you guys don't have a plan yet, in case we were to have a major move down, today is going to be that day we're going to hear my plan personally, and you guys can make some type of variation to kind of fit your type of needs. Is how much you're willing to invest. Okay. So, but before that, guys, hope you guys are all having a good night. I'm sorry I got sick yesterday. I feel a lot better today. I don't know what exactly it was, but I got a stomach bug, and like after a few hours, it went away. But for a little bit, I was like out of it. So, We all know what we're headed for right now. We're just going to focus on the last few weeks here, last few months, on Bitcoin. We've tapped on support. We're very, very close to breaking down below support. And the bad news is coming out next week as far as the rate hikes. That's what everybody that's been watching Bitcoin or just the stock market, that's what everybody seems to be worried about. And the fact that the growth in America is slowing, but at the same time, we're going to be increasing interest rates. Normally, the way it works is while the economy is going strong, right, we usually find, but we already have the interest rates up a little bit. So by the time the economy is starting to teeter off, now we have the ammo to kind of fight that recession. Well, we don't really have any ammo right now. We're trying to get the ammo, but us getting the ammo is going to make the situation worse, if that makes sense. That's basically the trouble that everybody is in. And if you guys want to see how bad it's been getting, look at the map today. Look at this. Blood red, horrible. You only have a handful of things in the green today. The majority of things were just talked about this a few days ago. I talked about this especially with Babyfish here. If you got my only rationale for really saying Amazon was going to have a bad earnings report was, well, a few different things, mostly economy slowing, the stuff we've been talking about before. But on top of that, guys, you guys probably saw on TikTok a bunch of Amazon workers not having anything to do, so they're just standing up against the walls waiting for a job for them. And that kind of led me to believe over the last few months, hey, they're having slowing demand. I should probably look at this going down. And it did go down right here, but so did everything else. Google, Apple, the whole shebang bang. It's all headed down right now. Everything is breaking down below their support levels, and that's not good at all. You saw that much force coming in today for the Dow, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq is what's closely correlated with Bitcoin here. So, as we see what's happening over the next few days here, you're most likely going to see shorts attempt. I don't know if they're going to be able to succeed since we actually just had 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 bad weeks in a row. The last time we had 5 bad weeks, everybody, was I don't know. 5 bad weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even know if we've ever really had 5 bad weeks before in crypto. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time I could see that happening was all the way back in 2014. That's how long it's been since we've had 5 weekly red candles. So we're not looking too bright. As well, guys, going into the plan here, there's a few things I'm going to be looking at. But for you guys who don't, maybe haven't watched my Gann fan videos or Fibonacci videos or any of those videos that kind of find those extra levels of support, if you will, one of the things that'll make your life a lot easier as new investors, maybe you've been investing for a while, is just going back and looking at some of the patterns that we've been looking at for a while now. So when I was trading, back in 2018, 2019 here and going into the 20s, one of the things I look for every time we have a major crash is the 200 weekly moving average. And on this chart, that's going to be a yellow line that you guys are going to be looking at here. So we all know the death cross. I've been screaming about this for 5 months now. Death cross crash, right? But here's a death cross we had in 2014. We did fall down below the 200 weekly moving average. But you know what? If you bought around here and you just kind of held, you could have been buying all around this time. I think you're looking at pretty good returns a few months later, of course. So, a few months later, yeah. So, if you bought around here and you wait a little bit longer, by then you're up 676%, but you have to be able to buy down here, and you have to be willing to buy at these levels while everybody else is screaming and panicking, because if you guys are a new trader, you guys probably hopped on in here, relative to where we are now, and we might just be kind of right around this zone waiting for a larger move down. But if you kind of hopped in here in 2021, last year, when everything was kind of going hype for the first time, Dogecoin boomers, all that type of stuff, booming, the price, Bitcoin dropped down 80% from those highs. The next time after that, we had a death cross here from the highs again. After we had a death cross right there, we came down 84%. We didn't get to new highs, but we still had a high here. So from this rally over here to down here, we came down about 72%. Now, if we were to come down from this high back down to the 200 moving average, that would probably be about 70% as well. But maybe that happens a little bit slower. Sometimes you get the fast drops like this, but sometimes you just get these gradual moves down that then we have a drastic drop. But then we just kind of consolidate for a little bit and move on. Over here we also had a slower move down, but a lot more money in the market these days, a lot more new untested money out in the market here. you will most likely see, if we do make a move down, guys, you will see people panic like never before. They will get mad. They will blame everybody. And one of the things you guys have to understand is, if you guys think about this from, like, you back up for a second, you kind of just look at the crypto market as a whole and kind of look at the crypto community as a whole. If you guys go on Twitter and you just go through Bitcoin, you will see about, at this point, it was a little bit higher the last few days, but anywhere from like 80 to 85% of the crypto influencer community, of which I am a part, right? I'm a influencer. You're going to notice that a lot of these people are extremely bullish still, and they're just saying that, hey, we're due for a pop, look at this cool breakout pattern I drew, and they're really pumping up the idea of us having a major move. Well, it was supposed to happen this week, and it was supposed to happen the week before that, and then the week before that, but they keep on kind of moving it up here a little bit. And so I want you guys to understand it from that viewpoint. There are still a lot of new crypto investors out there who are banking on a major move happening sometime soon, and they've been buying up loads and loads of crypto. So because they think this is going to be the ultimate bottom here. So they may be right. I don't think they are, but they may be right, and I want to stress that, right? But if for whatever reason we start breaking down from here and breaking down below these major support levels, like this trend line you guys see right here, you're most likely going to see I don't know how to say this proper, like just a full panic of those new investors that have been told by tons of Twitter guys, Instagram guys, TikTok people, YouTubers. They're going to be freaking out because they're going to see, maybe they toss in a couple thousand, maybe they toss in 5,000, maybe they toss in some savings, you never know, up to 10,000, maybe even more. But if that Bitcoin or anything like that drops to 5-10% or anything like that, you will see them sell out, and you'll see shorts actively trying to shake those guys out. We talked about the last few shakeouts pretty accurately actually on this channel here, but if we have another shakeout next after breaking through these higher lows here, that's where you're really going to see some problems, because people are just going to turn really sour and even more pessimistic, even more nasty, and then it's just not going to be good for anybody. Social media during that time will just be a little bit of a pain to deal with. But if you guys want to know in a basic sense what my plan is here for the next few weeks here, maybe even months, if we do have a drop, because we could always have a bounce and have like a pretty good beginning to May, then have a bad ending to May, if you get what I'm saying. A few things that I'm looking at right now is, on the basic sense, on the basics here, the 200 weekly moving average. Sorry, my phone's doing something. Okay, there we go. Again, let's look at every major crash after we've had the death crosses here. 200 weekly moving average right there. Both were good buying opportunities. Good buying opportunity here. A good buying opportunity here, even though we came down a few percent below that, right? Actually, at the trend line, we came down an extra 28%. So, if you buy and it keeps on going, don't panic. You just got to keep buying, because look at it a little bit further back here, and then you see if you just would have held, you would have been doing so good. And this is just a weekly. Remember, this is a weekly chart. So if I zoom in here on this particular crash, this is one bad week, 2 bad weeks, and then on the second bad week, you might be down here for a little bit, but afterwards, you're feeling pretty good about yourself, right? Then the next week, okay, good, and you can get some motivation there. So I'm going to be buying a larger portion of crypto, and this is lower market cap altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, those type of big names out there as well, but a lot of low market cap coins, specifically things that I think can be a smaller version of Dogecoin, a smaller version of SHIB, a smaller version of ApeCoin. I'm going to be hoping they can get to those massive levels, but realistically, I'm only hoping for a couple 1,000%, because I'm going to be holding them for about, probably over a year here, because that's what most of us are going to be doing. You're going to be buying up large positions, and then from there, as we continue to ride back up, either go to some type of high or something crazy like that, I'm going to, for some of my coins, I might be scaling out a little bit more, but there's going to be a separate portfolio for the long-term buy-ins I do, and the more, 6 months to a year and a half type of things I'm looking to hold on to, okay? But one thing you guys can do over here is, if you can just add a basic Fibonacci level here, a Fibonacci retracement, you can see we bounced off of it right over here on the weekly chart, and the next one seems to be around here about $24,000. I'm going to have my larger orders somewhere around here, especially since it's going to tie in pretty closely to the 200 weekly moving average. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to have buying limits way above that. And by buying limits, I just mean limit orders out there. So what am I talking about? Well, we have the lows from last year. I think the official number was like 28,800, but let me double check here for lows. Yeah, so 28,754. I'm a few bucks off here, but that's the level where I'm going to start buying off at. And there's going to be two things I'm buying down here. I'm going to be buying altcoins first of all. But when I first actually buy specific cryptocurrencies at this level, if we do break down and test this level up, the first thing I'm going to do is the first tap, I actually expect us to bounce off of it quite strongly. And during that bounce, I'm hoping that I can buy, get the magnet off of here, buy right here, play the bounce, sell them for a quick gain. I'll look at the technicals at that time to see when I want to sell. But then from here, somewhere along this arch, I'm actually going to take a short position. On that short position, I expect it afterwards to come back down, obviously, and that's where we have a harder breakdown, and that's where we might be actually coming into the 200 weekly moving average, right? So, even though I expect May to be bad, that does not mean that we're necessarily going to have a major crash in May. It just most likely tells me that we're going to have a rough May from beginning to end, just not a good May, all right? Now, again, we can have a bounce in it, but like at the end of the day, when you look at the candle, on the monthly candle, it's going to look red to me, okay? Now, that means we may have a larger move down in either May or June, maybe even as far as out July, but I don't think it's going to take out really till July for us to have a stronger move here. I think everybody wants to buy crypto right now, or down the road here. And then one other thing here, guys. I think it's better if I actually just open up another chart for you. Here's some GAN levels. Ooh, excuse me. One of the things I'm looking at here as far as these GAN levels is we're only looking at these levels after the all-time highs here. Anything else, even though we bounce, it's not going to be really relevant to us, okay? You can see after we broke down below this, that's where things really started getting bad. We held support, and right now we're just kind of in no man's land here, not really doing much. But over the next few weeks here, guys, if we pull this up, there's a few different examples I can show you guys. There we go. If you guys are looking to play another bounce before we actually head to this Fibonacci level, or excuse me, this GAN level, I might be looking to buy another bounce right down here around 35,000, maybe 30. Well, it depends on when it happens. Maybe $35,000, $36,000, and maybe play that bounce over a couple weeks. Because again, if for whatever reason we do drop down this weekend or next week, you're gonna obviously see that larger breakdown, right? But we might come all the way back down here. But you see this 20, the magnet's still on, shucks. There we go, all right. This 20-day moving average here, 20-week moving average, that's still going to be coming down. Eventually, guys, don't know exactly when this is going to happen. We're going to have to get back up to it just to get rejected again. And I think that's where you might start to see that more aggressive move. According to this chart, it may be towards the end of May here, but I think the next time we come into contact with the 20-week moving average, if we break down below this level specifically, I think that's where you might see that larger move coming in. We tried to break above it last week, we failed. And currently, if you guys are looking at the daily moving averages here, there we go. And one more here, delete, okay. The 20-day moving average has been a pain for us. The good thing here going into next week is even though we have Jerome Powell coming out and saying we're raising the rate hike by 50 basis points, whatever. That's not going to be good, but something you guys may be happy for is this is not so much as technical as, remember how I just said we had 5 weekly red candles? 5 weekly red candles here. We haven't had that in over like 8 years, about 8 years. My best guess is that maybe we might just have one small rebound week just to kind of hold on. So maybe next week nothing really big happens. We'll see. It's a total guess on my part, and then maybe that little bit of a rest will let the shorts kind of all into the market here, because there was a short a few days ago. If you guys remember, he shorted us down not from the main trend line, but from the secondary trend line that I don't like to use because it uses the body of the candles, not really the wicks that are more important in my view here. But you saw that guy short Bitcoin $30 million, and he got stopped out of it because nothing really happened because he shorted the wrong trend line. I don't know what the heck the guy was doing, but he shorted the wrong trend line, right? So, kind of to wrap everything up, really watch these key support levels, guys. But as far as when I'm looking to buy, I'm going to start buying heavy. And by heavy, I just mean like thousands of dollars. For you, that may mean hundreds of dollars. Some of you guys, that may just mean like 50, $100. It's okay. Whatever you think is a larger amount of money than you might otherwise trade during the bull markets, I'm going to be looking to start buying this on some key support levels, mostly dealing with last summer's lows. And if we break down below those lows, then my wallet's fully open, buying at 30,000, 27,000, 26, 25, 24, with a huge amount of crypto. I'm looking to buy around the 22 to 23, $24,000 range, and that's what I'm hoping for going forward. As far as the other Fibonacci levels here, Ganfriend levels, I'm always going to get these things confused. I get way too much stuff on a daily basis. We got Ganfriend levels that held up support pretty well, actually way over here. We're heading back down to them. According to this Ganfriend, our next level of support seems to be right around $35,000. The next long position I do, the next swing long position I do that I'm going to be holding for more than a few days, it's going to be if we bounce off of this line right here, this Ganfriend line. I think it's the 8-to-1 line right here. So, and one other one, I think I have it on this chart here. Let me double check. Here it is. Here's one that the Ganfriend level, it started back over here at the lows of 2020. We held support a little bit here. Support broke down below it, got back above. So it did end up being a little bit choppier for us. We bounced off of it just once, basically right here, tap, held support there with the 2-to-1 up here. We're now breaking down below it, and the next support level for this one is way down here at 22,000. I don't know if we're going to fall back down here, but if we do, I'm keeping an eye on this just for whatever reason. If we have something like a major crash where you see that like a really extended wick going on, I'm going to be looking at this Ganfriend chart in particular to see if I can get a good buy in here, more for a pretty heavy position. But that'll be a spur of the moment, because most of the other trend lines that we have here, if you're going off of this Ganfriend level over here on the first chart, and we break down, let me see this, let me go back to the weekly chart here. Let me change this from the 20 to the 200. There we go. That kind of lines up with this one right here. And maybe we might just get back down here to $22,000, $23,000 at the very worst. Again, this is at the very, very worst here. But that's kind of my opinion of where we're at, what we might be doing over the next few weeks here, and my plan for trading it, because I'm going to be happy to buy around the $30,000 range. I'm still buying right now, right? But I'm not buying that much. If we do break below the summer lows, which is actually about 28,854, I think that's what I said, that's really when I'm going to see my purse unleashed upon Bitcoin, looking to buy as much as I can. And hopefully, by the next time we have the next altcoin season, I'll be able to afford a lovely house down in either Belize or where else was I thinking about moving to? Belize or Nicaragua. I told you guys Belize, but Nicaragua was trying to creep into my mind there, because I might go visit both those places later on this winter, I think it is. So I'm hoping that's my strategy, but I'm just hoping it works out here. And again, just because I think it's bearish does not mean Bitcoin is necessarily going to have a bad May or crash or anything like that. I'm just looking at some of the technicals that we've been looking at here for the past few weeks. And if you guys are new to the channel, those technicals are, there's something called moving averages. You guys know what they are. When the 20-week moving average crosses below the 50-week moving average, which it just happened right there, what tends to happen is we tend to have these, see right, happen right there, we tend to have these larger moves down. See, cross right there, larger move down, and again to that 200 weekly moving average. And this pattern has happened every single time since August of 2014. Okay, now it may have happened before that. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it has not happened all the way back here in 2011. But that's when Bitcoin was $5. Okay, so that's the last time it didn't work, when Bitcoin was $5. I should kind of tell you how accurate this has been for us. And then one other thing here, if you guys are looking for another reason to be bearish, even just for a buying zone maybe. Let me get rid of this little white line here. Every time we seem to break down below this 20-month moving average as well, right there we're breaking down below it now. Had a rough time last time. This time we actually kind of stalled for a month, and then we ended up having a pretty bad, what was this? We had a really bad October, right? Or excuse me, bad November, so kind of bad winter. And then the time it happened before here, we had a few bad months where we kind of just didn't do anything, then we kind of dropped, and that was back in 2014, 2015. So I'm hoping I'm wrong on this one, but man, there's only like a handful of YouTubers that are saying we might go back down to the 20s. So, take it with a grain of salt. No, don't take it with a grain of salt, because I think I know what I'm doing, but still, have your plans ready. In a lot of circumstances, you can actually see right here, the 50-month moving average was also a level to be buying at. 50-month moving average here. Didn't hit it there, but it got close, and it tapped it here. Maybe we might just be heading over here, and I think this 20-month moving average is a little bit higher. Excuse me, the 50-month moving average is a little bit higher than the 200 weekly moving average. And one last thing here before I talk with you guys a little bit more personal-wise. If I go to my load layout, there should be one other one I want to talk to you about, tutorials for channel. This one just has a whole bunch of moving averages. Here for Bitcoin. Here are the simple moving averages. We don't really have to talk about these. We talk about these like almost every single day. We're getting hit down hard by the 20-day moving average. We'll see if we're able to break back above that. If we are going to have a short-term reversal in May, that'll be the first signal that we need to be able to break out above. And then we'll probably use the 50-day moving average as a level of support here. We still have a while before we get back to being bullish. A lot of times we need the 200 daily moving average to get way closer down here. Last time we crashed, you see how it kind of glided back down, and then we were able to have the golden crosses, and then that's when we had the boom. See how fast it was coming down before we had that full-on reversal. Golden crosses looking all beautiful. We usually wanted the 200 weekly moving average to be coming down, and that goes all the way again to 2014. Last time we had the death cross over here. Right here, death cross coming down. Oh, actually, this one wasn't too bad because it was stagnant for so long. Oh, okay, Bitcoin was at $200. Okay, but yeah, that's my main point right there for the simple moving averages. Make it back over here. There we go. After that, we have the exponential moving averages. Pretty similar. We're getting beat down by the 20 exponential moving average. Not much else different there. You do see the 200 daily moving average actually going down a little bit faster, though, than the 200 simple moving average. And let me actually show you here on the weekly charts. We officially had our death cross here on the weekly charts for the exponential moving averages. And these ones are actually a little bit different. So this one happened a little bit later. So this one didn't actually give you a heads up that, hey, we might crash. This crash actually happened afterwards. Back over here as well. This crash, you see how it came a little bit later. The other crash, the other death cross happened way over here. And then way back over here as well. Oh, we don't have enough history to tell us back then. But yeah, so this one's not always as accurate. So keep an eye on it, but we'll see. Next, we have the DEMA, double exponential moving average. We're below the 20 and the 50. I mean, we've been able to easily break above these for the last few weeks here. We're just hoping to get started there before we can look at the 20 and the 50 on the other moving averages. We first have to get above these ones. And you can see right now, we're actually being hit pretty hard by the 200 weekly DEMA, double exponential moving average, and that's been our level of resistance. So if we were to have a short-term reversal next week, even if it was just a few $1,000s, like from 38,000 to 39,000, 40,000, I'm going to be looking at this 200 weekly DEMA moving average as a level of resistance that we might have some trouble with. We managed to get above it over here. This is a 4-hour chart, by the way. We managed to get back above it over here. That was issue for us. Actually, excuse me, this is a 4-hour chart. What am I doing? I thought it was a daily chart. Well, there we go. On that 4-hour chart, keep an eye on the 200 DEMA. Sorry. But over here on the daily chart here, it seems the 50 is actually the level of resistance. Actually, this 50 looks like it kind of matches up pretty well with the 20. That's just because it's a DEMA here. But you do see the 200 actually coming down here a little bit more quickly, right? And the last one here is the TEMA. I give the least amount of respect to this one, but it still has its uses, if you ask me. Yeah, why are all these at the 4-hour charts? That's weird. Okay. You can see we're already the 200 is already way down here compared to being way up here with the simple moving averages. But there's an opportunity here that we have a bounce. A lot of times when you see them all clustered together here, that's where you might see a little bit more of a reversal or a big move coming. So I don't know if this move is going to be up or down, but it looks like pretty soon we should have a pretty big move coming into maybe, let's say either before Tuesday we should have a pretty decent sized move, just according to this daily chart here. Unless we're going to just kind of go sideways for a little bit, which I don't think we're going to do. But usually when we have a bunch of stuff right here, we tend to make some type of strong move. What else do we have? We had these ones close over here. Over here, see how they're all kind of clustered together, then all of a sudden a bigger move. Although you wouldn't have seen this first move coming. So, it's not going to be as useful. See, they're all clustered around here. Big move. Wasn't clustered right here, but still had a big move. That was during the Elon conference. Big move over here, got cluster over there, and so forth. A little bit of a cluster, not as much. So again, it's the least. I don't use this one hardly at all, but it does have some usefulness, and I mean some. So you just kind of add it on with all of your other technicals and to say, hey, okay, well this signals that might be a big move coming. That's just like another thing saying, I'll keep that in the back of my head while I'm doing my traditional technical analysis, because not many of you guys will actually have the TEMA, the DEMA charts set up on your trading viewer accounts. Okay. What's the best way to do this? There you go. Oh, and there was actually one more thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. I'll put the 15-minute chart on here. There we go. There was something else I wanted to tell you about, but I don't know if I still remember it. No, it's fine for now. Looks like ApeCoin is having a little bit more of a rumble over the last few minutes. Yeah, a little bit more of a reversal after having a pretty bad day yesterday. Okay. Hey, hey, Dr. V. Sorry, hey, Monica, your name changed, so it took me a second to like make sure I wasn't mispronouncing it. Hey, Monica. Hey, Babyfish. Hey, Bideford. Do you see a double bottom on W on the daily for spat? Spat. Yes, that's a double bottom. It's looking to close out above. I guess what this resistance level would be probably be around 26 cents. And if it's able to do that today, the next 12 hours or so, you would expect it to be trying to get back up here towards 31 cents for a pretty sizable move there. That's if Bitcoin can have a good reversal as well, maybe. But this might be a short-term reversal for you. But I think this double bottom is something you would see a lot of other people looking at and making a trade based off of that. But be careful with this one. Be careful with this one just because of the precarious spot that Bitcoin's in. But yeah, right now this is a double bottom. It just has not confirmed the breakout. You would want to see this close above the 26-cent level, and then from there, oh, excuse me, not 26, 0.026 level, and then from there you might be able to get it up a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And hey, Lagrasso, appreciate it as well. Hey, Bedford, Eric isn't happy about this as well, but he's calling for the 20s too. He was looking for any positive hope, but he couldn't find it since Bitcoin isn't holding. Um, what do you call it? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be stressful, guys. I mean, we tend to have these crashes. It's not new, but I don't. I know he's not happy about it. I'm not necessarily. I'm if I'm annoyed that Bitcoin's going down, it's mostly because I am annoyed that the views of YouTube will go down because people aren't going to be necessarily as interested in crypto, right? That's where I get annoyed about it. But personally, I am really okay with a larger move going down and like take crypto going back into the 20,000s range, specifically because we're all going to have great buying opportunities on a massive fire sale because the next time I mean the next after the next altcoin season, next bull run, buying in the 20,000s range is going to seem impossible. Just like a few years ago, we were able to buy at the $5,000 range. That it's going to feel the exact same way the next time we have an all-time high here for Bitcoin, and that's what you got to think about. But you have to have money ready to go if we do have this crash, because that's how the millionaires are made, by putting large sums of money into crypto, specifically Bitcoin, Ethereum, those safer plays, and then you have like maybe a 20%, 30% of your portfolio in those high risk plays like a Dogecoin, a ApeCoin, something like that. Maybe not ApeCoin because ApeCoin's already kind of boomed up so much, but you get what I'm saying. You want to have those large sums of money ready just in case you guys are looking to hold for the long term and make those profits. And by that I mean like here. Let me go back over to here to Bitcoin's price. Bitcoin's price here. Let's go to the weekly chart. And when we experience one of these last crashes here at the same time, uh, let's just look at Dogecoin here. That's probably a good example as any here. Um, and this was down here, March 2020, March 2020. Okay, so from its highs, Dogecoin actually dropped down about 76% before rallying thousands of percent, because we all know that. But this is an extreme example, but I just want to show the point. If you get lucky on one of these altcoins during a crash, let's say you don't even buy it at the very bottom, you just kind of buy it somewhere in the middle, from it to when it hit its all-time high, that went up 49,000%. 49,000%. All right. While Bitcoin, if you go from the middle zone up here, let's say the 200 weekly moving average is what I'm looking to buy around, it went up about 1,000%. All right. But let's go to look at something else here. A Matic, right? A Matic. 2020 was right here. I know I'm not zoomed in too much, guys, but I think we can actually just do it here. Again, Bitcoin ran up 1,000% during the same time frame. Matic ran up about, let's just say we got somewhere down here, somewhere in the middle, about, what was that? 28,000%, I think that was. Oh, excuse me, no, 2,840, 2,800 oh God, I can't see. Yeah, sorry, 28,740%. Yeah, so 28,000%. All right, and look how high it is now. It still has more room to come down, that's for sure. But I'm not looking to buy a lot of Matic next time. I'm looking to buy the next coin that's at the same market cap, around the same market cap that Matic was way back then. So in order to look at that, you would go over here to, over here. Let's go to market cap. Let's go to all. And let's go to March of 2020, which is what, January, February, March. Yeah, so 3. During that time, its market cap was 25 million. Right? Now, maybe that's actually too low for even me, because you guys know I like around 100 million, or maybe even a little bit less, like 30 million, I guess, to about, half $500 million market cap. But you can see how it was able to move that high. You're looking for those low market cap plays. ADA, we're running into Fibonacci level right now, or we're getting close to it. ADA is breaking down, yeah. You're seeing altcoins break down over and over and over again. But here, if you just caught in the middle, ADA rallied up about 9,000%. XRP, not as good because, of course, the lawsuit, it's really hurt their price. Ran up about 1,200%. Luna, they were not even alive back then, but from their crash, I guess, over here to this rally, it went about 6,000%. Sheeb, not enough data. EOS, yeah, EOS should be EOS. Oh, EOS really hasn't done anything. So you can see from the time of the crash, though, crash to rally 627%. So some things do not always outperform Bitcoin. Crash over here 2020 for ETC Ethereum Classic, 4,000%. DOT. August. We can go off a DOT here when it opened up, I guess, but I don't want to use that one example actually, mostly because we don't have the drop there. So here's March 20, or this is August. This is June 2020. Okay, we could try this one, but $4,300, 4,300%. Engine coin from the last 200 weekly moving average, 7,000%, and it's that same pattern over and over again. Here's FTM. This is the last one I'll do. It went up 12,000%, and you're actually seeing FTM have a major breakdown this week, and that's been glorious to watch. I have a short open on this one right now, which is kind of weird because I was afraid of shorting FTM. There's a YouTuber out there who I like a little bit. I don't listen to his channel all too much, but he does a roundtable with 2 other YouTubers that I enjoy, and so he was saying that he was trading a lot of his Ethereum for FTM over the last few weeks here, like a lot of Ethereum into FTM, and I was like, what does he know that I don't know? Because forgive, I can be pretty stupid, guys. I think that the more subscribers you have, the more knowledge you have about the market, and I'm starting to understand that's really not the case here. But he was loading up on FTM, so I was like, what is he looking at? Because all I saw from his point of view was, okay, well, maybe we're going to have a bounce, right? Maybe we're going to have a bounce. But as soon as I saw us close down below here, I actually opened up a short. And you guys saw actually it went negative for a little bit here, the short did. And then ultimately we ended up coming back down. And now we're having a new day where we're kind of resting to see what's happening as far as FTM is concerned. But FTM is, this is just kind of a nasty time for FTM. I don't even know if the Fibonacci levels even align up with this thing. Tap right there. Okay, so maybe we might find some support around 71 cents. But even then, that's a pretty big drop off for FTM. And then, of course, we got ICP. ICP officially hit new lows today. That's cool. and we're almost under 10. If we get under $10, guys, I'll be more than happy to buy into this. Even on the $15, I'd be looking to buy some long term. But this is kind of a higher risk play, just because nothing ever really good has happened with this stock or this cryptocurrency. I mean, it's just done nothing but come down. But I believe when we start seeing some more bullish signals, specifically maybe a golden cross between the 50 and the 200, this will make you a lot of money, more for that maybe 1 to 5, 1 to 6 month holding type period that we were talking about. That's more of the strategy I'd be using with this type of coin, because I know in the long term, this thing may actually just eventually come down and down and down. Anything else that's been pretty interesting here? Doge Elon is something I'm going to be looking for here pretty soon. I've been buying this up a little bit. I'm not going to sell anything that I've bought in so far. I made a pretty decent amount of money actually buying around here, then selling right up here, everything. And I've just been kind of buying a little bit after a little bit here. And that's going to continue to be my strategy going forward on this one. But I'm hoping that this Elon coin right here, Doge Elon, it'll be able to have a large move during the next altcoin season in particular, maybe some larger moves before then, but I'm hoping that during the next altcoin season, this is something that can bring me in at least 10,000% returns. And I'm hoping that this will have another, if Bitcoin does crash, I'm hoping this comes down quite a bit as well. That way I can feel much more comfortable loading a sizable investment into something like this. And by sizable, I mean like maybe $1,000. Normally I only put like a couple $100 into crypto. That's kind of speculative. But when I see stuff like this coming, that's where I can really start seeing, I can really justify adding a lot more into these really small market cap coins, because I don't even know what market cap right now is 540. If that can come down to $300 million market cap, I feel much more comfortable buying into it. Same with all the coins I've been buying right now as well, like everything. If we can get a lower market cap, cheaper coins, I'd be really happy with that. And pretty soon, if we do come into contact with the 20 and daily moving 50 moving averages here on for Elon, I could see a really nasty red candle, which would give me a really nice feeling like maybe I can buy some more down here. Even if we do eventually break down, I still want to be able to buy cheaper coins as we go down, down, down. If we go down, 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 right? Okay. Oh, and one other thing here, guys. Sorry, this is just me forgetting this. Not crypto. U.S. dollar index. We tapped. We did not break. We tapped. We did not break here. We're very close. Let me find the high here, just with a magnet. 103.76, 103.79, 103.78. So we got very, very close, but we have not broken out above this yet. We're kind of waiting for either next week, I assume, or maybe just for some consolidation period here, because I'm expecting us to still be able to kind of blow up above this, but we'll have to see. I could be wrong on this one. A lot of the bulls in particular are very excited about this, because they think since we hit resistance, that means that we're officially going to start a bull run from here as the dollar index starts to come back down. I don't know if that's completely going to work out for us, but if it does, I'll be very excited anyway, because I have some long-term holdings, but I'm really banking on an opportunity to buy larger amounts of crypto on a potential crash, most likely in May, but might happen in June if I'm incorrect about the timing. So, but okay, guys, let's go back over here. Here we go. Move my gimbal out of the way here. Hey, Ken, happy to see you. Hey, Trev, hope you're having a very good Friday, guys. What's right here? SP 500, 4%. My gosh, yeah, this month has been a bloodbath. I mean, again, we've been talking about this for months. So we've been talking about how bad the market is, how bad the economy is. Just because the market wasn't showing it doesn't mean it's not bad, right? What we were seeing was a little bit of market manipulation, specifically because they were pumping up the market to try to sell off some of their shares. Which, smart thing if you're able to do it. None of us have the capital to really boost a market so we can sell, but maybe one day we will here. That's why you saw me sell off a lot of my stocks last year, and then tell you guys, like, this is before even me Kevin sold off his stocks. I was like, guys, you got to be careful. The market's just not looking too hot. My big thing was inflation. As somebody who grew up dirt poor, to be frank, right? When your cost of living goes up more than your government is paying you, so when I was younger, we had the EBT cards, and then like the Social Security thing where like the government gives you money every month to kind of live off to help you out, right? Well, I know for a fact if gas goes up from like $2.50 to $4, all of a sudden my mom had trouble paying for me to go to school because I went to private school growing up on scholarship. So it would take everything like instead of like me just walking like the 10 minutes normally I used to do from my other school, I had to drive a half an hour to get there, or my mom drove me a half an hour. So all of a sudden, now that my mom has to spend that extra money, for gas, what happens? Well, now if she wanted to get us a pizza on a Friday night or something, or if she wanted to get me put money into my college account or something like that, or I don't know, something really random like that, or just going to buy a new sofa, anything like that, it no longer happens, right? That money is no longer available for that. It goes to the gas man. It goes to it just goes away basically because of inflation. That's happening right now, and you're seeing it across the market. Netflix lost 200,000 subscribers last quarter, in part because they keep on raising their prices. Other parts of like maybe they're too woke now that their content isn't just that good, and on top of that, they're the most expensive platform out there. I think as far as streaming is concerned, with more competition. Uh, Gas is more expensive, food's more expensive, everything's more expensive. You're seeing people have to make choices, and if people have to make choices, they're not going to be choosing all the luxury goods that they might have otherwise been able to buy, right? So, if we slip into a recession, that's not going to be good for crypto. The economy is not good. That's another kind of a bad sign for us going forward. But man, oh man, maybe like a 15% chance we have a really good bullish market from here. The rest of it looks pretty bearish, guys. Let's right here. Hey Caleb, you've been holding ADA for a while. Now you're looking to swap for Solana. There was a lot of people looking to swap into Solana, and there's a lot of people looking to swap into there's a few coins. Which ones? Solana, Luna specifically, because they've been having a big time, getting more popularity. Um, and then there's been people that have been just looking for, in general, people have been looking a lot for the Metaverse tokens to see if they're going to have a really massive pump up towards the end of the next altcoin season. Specifically, if you go over here and you just go to coinmarketcap.com, tap on Metaverse. Zoom in here a little bit for you guys. There we go. Okay, tap on Metaverse. You go over to market cap. You can see ApeCoin's the top right now, overshadowing Mana here, right? Really good market cap for ApeCoin. I see everything actually is pretty down for the day besides ApeCoin here. But we go over here to market cap. Yeah, okay, fine. You want to be looking at anything really right now under like 500 million, or you can even look at engine coin like a billion, right? But what I'm looking at for is basically coins that have been up here for a while. They have a good social media following. They're doing pretty well. ILV, I don't know, it's down like 55% year to date. But if we continue falling for all these coins, I'm going to be buying them up like crazy because I think altcoins are going to have another crazy rally down the road, and those altcoins are going to be fun. So, if you guys don't have an exchange yet to buy all of these really low market cap altcoins, because some of them are so low market cap they're not really on like the majority of exchanges. I have a link down below for Bitget if you want to try it out. But Starl, Decentralized Games, all these coins, I'm going to be buying up as much as I can. Well, not as much as I can, but a decent amount of all of them. Because all it's going to take is for one to have a YOLO, boom. And then that's to be it, right? And that's what I'm really hoping for here as I kind of go into these lower market cap coins. Some of them could be like, I don't know, Gods Unchained. I don't know exactly what that is, but it has a $20 million market cap. You may see this actually crash down to like $5 million market cap before everything's said and done, or maybe just $10 million market cap. But if you guys want to do it safer, look for stuff right now that's kind of around 250 market cap. You can up or down, it's okay. But like Radio Kaka. Oh, that's above 250, but you guys get what I'm saying. Market cap, year. It's high. The highest its market cap got was $2 billion. That's not bad, and it's actually sitting at like 350 million market cap. That's not bad at all. Um, the lowest it's been really since then is 300, so it might actually go down a little bit more. Um, hmm. I don't know what else much about it, but yeah. Let me see. Go down here a little bit. So you can buy this one on KuCoin, Bybit, and FMX. So you can buy this BitGet. You can buy this on a lot of different exchanges here. So if you can find it on the exchange you already have, great. If you need an extra one, I would recommend BitGet here. 229. UFO gaming. I've been buying a little bit of UFO gaming. I'm pretty much waiting for this to. I'm waiting for this to crash. I can buy a lot, but I bought a little bit of. I don't know, a month ago just to have some. Uh, and then market cap right now, year to date, or let's just go to yearly. You know, had a big boom because it came about during the metaverse boom, if you will. Now it's been coming down, 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 reaching new lows here, and so when it crashes back down, I'm hoping to be able to buy some there. And the market cap for this is at $141 million market cap. I think it'll probably go down even more over the next few weeks. Okay. Hey, 209. Yes, I do see a falling wedge on the daily. I mean, you could put out a whole bunch of different patterns for the daily chart if you wanted to. You could still put it in ascending triangle if you will, but a lot of them seem to be bearish at this moment in time, especially since the majority of the patterns you're going to be looking at are either bearish in nature, like the rising wedge you're talking about, or they're going to be something in terms of a continuation pattern, like a pennant, an ascending triangle, something where usually if we come down, we can. It's like a holding pattern before we take our next leg down, or if we were going up, it's a holding pattern before we go up. So it's just a continuation pattern, which means we just continue the same direction we were before we kind of halted for just a little bit of time. And right now, we're not looking so good because we keep on tapping on these supports. But guys, here, let's go check out the monthly chart very fast. Probably not that monthly chart. There's a lot of stuff going on there. We have this thing we've been doing over the past few months: higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low. We haven't broken that higher low just yet. So, you know, there's still an opportunity for us to bounce. Not a great opportunity, but there's still an opportunity. Here on the weekly chart, you can kind of see that same thing here. Low. Oh gosh, magnet. There you go. Low, low, low. That's a bad question mark, but yeah, question mark, low, right? So that's what we're waiting for. But I really think that next week we might be able to have a bounce. I don't know if I don't know if don't buy off of that. But the fact that we're having 5 red candles in a row, and as far as I know, I don't think we've ever had 6 bad weekly red candles in a row. I think we might have a little bit of a bounce and maybe more of a bull trap, and that bull trap is what's going to really start off this whole nasty cycle that we may be seeing that may take us back down to 35,000, maybe even 33,000. So that's what I'm looking for going forward here. But before that even happens, we have to be able to break down below this trend line here. And so far, we're not really a safe amount above it, but we are above it, right? We're about 3% above it at the moment. Could be worse, but could also be a lot better. There we go. All right. Anything in particular on the 4-hour chart though that I didn't look at today? No, just this nasty downtrend. We had a false breakout here, got slammed back down partly because of the 20-day moving average here. But yeah, we're slowing down slowly, slowly. Yeah, but there are coins out there to play, like ApeCoin. ApeCoin's doing just fine at the moment, doing just fine. There we go. All right. And hey, Michael, did you see where Voyager starting in May will pay 10% APY on Ape? Oh, that'd be insane. Well, that'll be great. I'm not gonna really hold Ape in it until this perceived crash that I think may happen like if it happens, that's when I'd buy ApeCoin and use that 10% APY there. Until that happens, I'm afraid how far ApeCoin will come down during that potential crash. So I'm not going to buy it beforehand. But next month, 10% APY for ApeCoin, awesome. If ApeCoin also crashes, that'll be even better. And that's what I'm going to be hoping for. But we'll see how many people get trapped in Ape because at this point, there's some people buying it up right here, right? You can see the price going up quite a bit. But if we have a crash over the next few weeks, this is going to come down hard because it just had the most beautiful pump, right? When it comes down, there's going to be a lot of bag holders. A lot of bag holders. There always is. There always is. There always are. So that's what you're really going to be concerned about going forward on this one. But after the crash, if we do have a crash again, if we do have a crash, I'll be happy to buy this sucker up here. Hey King, which Ethereum USD on TradingView matches up with Forex? I don't know which one you're looking at. I don't match anything up really with Forex as far as Ethereum. What I normally do is I'm just usually looking at the Bitcoin charts versus the U.S. dollar index, and then from there, usually what happens is when the U.S. dollar reaches a level of resistance, usually this monster level of resistance, you see Bitcoin tend to start off a bull run. I don't think that's going to happen this time, but that's what usually happens. And then when we're kind of at the very bottom of the dollar index and we start to have a little bit more of a curl up or reversal, then you start to see Bitcoin actually having a really good time there. So that's usually the what I'm looking at in particular. Right now, geez, put ApeCoin on the 1 minute chart. 2 minute, no, 5 minute chart works fine for this one. There we go. It's nice to see a little bit of action going on with ApeCoin though. Hey Matthew, compound. What do I think? I think it's fine. Long term holding only for me. I tried to do a little bit of day trades on it. I didn't really like it as much. It didn't honor the technicals as much as I would like it to. But I think in the long run, the utility is going to be fine for it. That's something more where I have some. I don't know how much more I'm going to buy, but maybe like an extra couple $100 if we do have a crash. Not really adding in a bunch of money into that right now. I'm looking more for the lower market cap coins right now, with a little bit, well, with still a good amount going into larger caps, but a decent amount going into those low market cap coins, the high risk ones that I've kind of been saving up for a while on those ones. And hey, 5G aliens, there you go. Hey, Island time, nice to see you back. But look at that. I like that color of that badge right there. That's a new color right there. I still need to add those other things for badges and stuff. I've been so busy working on that tutorial there, but I do appreciate Island time and thanks guys for becoming members. I really do appreciate it. You know what I'll do too. I think when we actually do reach that 200 weekly moving average, I'll make sure to do a couple of members only videos telling you guys how much I'm buying, where I'm buying at, and how I'm just going to be holding and holding and holding going forward. So it should be pretty exciting either way, right? There we go. Let's make sure if there's anything else going on in the world right now as far as investing is concerned. We saw the blood red today in the markets. Crypto's all down as well, except for Litecoin against Bitcoin, but that's nothing really special. Dow was down 2.7%, Nasdaq down 4%, S&P 500 down 3.6%. All of these were really bad. Amazon went down hard yesterday. Twitter staying even. Tesla stayed pretty much the same. Anything else kind of go down quite a bit more than we might have thought. ABV, no, we talked about that one a while ago. Oh yeah, Rivian. This one's been going down hard here. I've lost a lot of money. Well, not a lot, but I've lost money percentage wise on this play here. This is a long term hold of mine, and it has not been performing well at all. But that's why it's a long term hold in the retirement account. Don't got to worry about anything going forward, right? Anything else though? Rental leasing services, Alta Equipment Group. Maybe that might be a good play later on. Riley Financial. No. Oosh, yeah. You're just seeing a lot of stuff get hit. You saw. Oh yeah, Elon sold off a bunch of Tesla here. That's over. Anything else here? Gas down. Natural gas is going to go up. It's about the same as everything else. Um, there we go. If you guys are looking to do day trading, XDC, Nexo, GMT, Ape, Tron, not Tron, those are the four coins right there that are probably going to give you the best opportunities to do some day trading. XDC seems to be the one popping off the most right now, though. Nexo seems kind of choppy. GMT seems kind of choppy, and ApeCoin looks a little bit more choppy as well. XDC, what is this? 5 minute chart. Oh, it already had a pop. Now it's kind of dying back down. How big was this pop though? 9%. Okay, so it was a decent pop here. And it's nice to see some altcoins popping off. Just some. I'll take it. Oh, there we go. Let me take one more sip of tea here. And hey, I'll tell. Thank you. Remember, for 13 months, I didn't even know it went that far. I saw that it might have stopped at 12 months, something like that. Thanks all the time. I really do appreciate it. You mean like Oanda, Gemini, Coinbase, etc.? I don't do forex like that, so I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Like Gemini, Coinbase. I don't know if there's an exchange that goes over forex and crypto at the same time. Whenever I traded forex, it would specifically be on TD Ameritrade, and I don't even like trading forex too much. I don't like the PIP system. It's fine, but the amount of leverage you have to take out for forex trades, it annoys me because you're just trading fractions of pennies, basically, right? Mm. All right, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. That's kind of what I got for you today, but I know I'd normally stick out for you longer. I have a bottle of wine right here that I'm going to be drinking later on. Some, I don't know, Pierre's Rouge, some French wine. I have about like 30 bottles of wine at my place right now, and I need to start drinking them. So I'm starting to drink them just like a hobo and just. So, been pretty relaxing though. But yeah, if you guys want to do technical analysis on any specific coin, let me know. Just make sure to kind of ask me about the technical analysis side about it. Don't just ask me about the coin because otherwise I'll just give you my opinion about the coin and maybe the product itself, if that makes sense. Let me go over here though. CNBC. Mm-hmm. Worst month. Seasonal trends can be a drag on the stock market, and that's fine. Yeah, get ready for everybody to drive this summer. Gas prices are going to go up. Gas prices need to come down now, so when the summer demand hits, we're not, scraping for oil across the world. Zelensky says peace talks are close to collapse. Russia says it's not at war with NATO. Oh yeah, duh. Um, Anything else here? Jeremy Siegel says struggling stock market now looks attractive for long-term investors. Yeah, freaking right. But these people always try to trick new investors like you into thinking it's a good time to buy when it's not. When it's not. Actually, here before we do that, hold on a second here. Let's go to my watch list here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Somebody asked for puts on the VIX a couple days ago, and I told them to be careful with it, and that's why it jumped up another 11% today. Nasdaq, there we go, breaking down below support. Look at that. Now we got to worry about support levels all the way down to here, which is another, I don't know, how far away is that? Another 5% down. It's going to be choppy, but man, things are going to be looking pretty rough for us over the next few months as far as the market's concerned. And we had another death cross here. What happened to the last death cross? Yeah, that last death cross didn't help us out on the weekly chart as well. Dow having another death cross pretty soon. Nothing really bad happened last death cross. There's a main support level right here, but we broke down below it. It's not the major support level though. We gotta go down a little bit lower. Maybe something around 32.56. Not bad. All right. Set off by a double top there. SPY, last thing. Yeah, breaking down below support. Not wax support. We could have a surprise bounce next week if the SPY helps us out. We could still have somewhat of a rebound, which maybe means Bitcoin may have an opportunity for somewhat of a short-term rebound here, which would be kind of nice. Sometimes we just need to let crypto sit around for a little bit. If you guys go out in the market right now and just look on Twitter, you just see a lot of freaking craziness. Let's go over here through the Twitter very fast. Kyoko, get one. What's it here? Elon, there's my tweet. Thanks for liking my tweet. I know I'm new to Twitter, so I need to figure out how to do more tweets than normal. Oh, let me see. Well, actually, let me just search Bitcoin here. It makes my life a lot easier, doesn't it? Crypto overbought 8 hours ago. I'm currently long with 650K on Bitcoin. Isolated 4.6. Yeah, smart to have it isolated, aren't you? Bitcoin up 6. Can't Bitcoin? 8 hours ago. 8 hours ago. How's he doing so far? I always hope that people like that can make some good money in the market. I would not be longing at this point in time, but hey, short-term rebound, sure, but nothing really crazy beyond that. So 1 hour ago, okay. So he bought down here, so he's doing okay. So he bought right over here at a nice little bottom work. That's not bad. Not really making so much money though. I mean, that's not even a percent up here. Um, hmm. I'm hoping he can make some money off of that. I mean, the guy's been kind of pumping up Bitcoin every single freaking day for like the last 2 months, and we really haven't done anything, I guess you would say. But I'm hoping he can get a nice little bounce up here, even if we do just run back up into the daily moving average. Anything else going on here? There are just a few Bitcoin bulls left on Twitter, but I'm happy to be one of them. Anything else here? Ooh, Cash App. Oh, that was too tricky. Anything else? Hash rate hits all-time high. This is his chart. So he's using this line. Let me see. Wait a second. Last summer's low to here. Okay, let's go. His lines keep moving. So he was using this line last week, but we already broke down below it. So I'm adjusting to his lines now. Because I actually want to see what he's thinking. Well, kind of. Weekly chart. So his line is this one right here. I think he was using a weekly chart. Let me double check. This looks like a weekly chart. Yeah. So technically, we're like, oh, we're below it. That's our resistance right now. Huh. We can still close above this on the weekly here. We have a day and 20 hours. We can still close above this, guys. To kind of go back to that short-term reversal we were talking about. I think his reasoning is in part this support level, but also kind of going back to that factor that we talked about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red weekly candles. We've never had 6. I don't think we have had 6. So still right now, if you guys are hoping for just maybe like a 1 week reversal, this would still be an okay time to buy for that type of play. You just got to be careful because that 20 week daily moving average seems to be a pretty decent level of resistance for us. I also have a Fibonacci level up here as my level of resistance, but it's a little bit different, right? Oop, get that out of there. And hey, can TA on RDD coin? What is RDD? Sounds familiar. Oh, red. Yeah, that's why. I don't know how good the TA is going to be. No, it should be fine. Okay, should be fine. Sorry. Normally, when it's not on a major exchange, I'm always kind of worried it might be kind of choppy looking as far as the candles are concerned, but this is fine. Let's go over to the weekly chart here. There's no reason to buy this. No reason whatsoever to buy. This is like ICP. What you'd be hoping for is just to accumulate a small amount of this every single week or every single month, and then just kind of hold on to it, hoping that it can go somewhere. But this coin looks dead as can be. I mean, in the last few, well, when was this? When's the new year started? It's the daily candles, which should be fine. Where are we at? There we go. Since the beginning of this year, it's already down about 50%. This may go down even more, Can. So be careful with it. As far as the coin, though, let me see what the market cap is. That'll give me a good idea. Market cap of 16 million. Yeah, I would be careful with this one here. Does it really do anything special after it hits all-time lows, though? Last time it hit all-time low was right around here. Did it kind of pop up? Okay, I ran up like 29%. This time, this one, it ran up like 43%. So maybe if you get lucky on it, like the next few days, if we do have a reversal, you might see this kind of boom back up a little bit. You just got to be careful because usually after the boom, we still end up, coming back down on it. In this case, there was a double top, broke below the neckline, and then came back down. And then we tested it back up here at the resistance and got knocked down again. Ouch. Yeah, I'd be extremely careful with this one here. What's the monthly moving average? Oh, it's just not. It hasn't even been on here for a while, has it? Okay. Yeah, I'd be careful about this. I might even risk buying it at a more expensive price and just waiting for it to either break out above the 20-week moving average or just waiting for some type of bullish move like a golden cross between the 50 and the 200, and that may happen sometime in June. If we were to have a rally, it seems like a lot of moving averages are pointing towards June. But we had a golden cross here. Nothing really happened. Went back to a death cross, and the death cross seemed to have way more of an effect than the golden cross. Death cross happened a few days before a major crash, so those death crosses are pretty brutal, aren't they? Yeah, I'd be very careful with this one, Can. Um, Small amounts of money, if any, going into this coin right now. This thing has just been coming down, down, and down. Yeah, so careful with it. Be very, very careful with that one. See, we're hoping for some type of squeeze here, guys. Now, this is a symmetrical continuation pattern right here, so most likely we would come down from it. But if anything, this would be a good opportunity for us to have a reversal, because if you look at the 15-minute chart, we can almost say a bottom and a bottom, and maybe we just need to close above this Fibonacci line right here. And then from there, we can try to go back up towards 42,000. And 42,000 is... Sorry for all the data on here. 42,000 is kind of in that ballpark where the 20-week moving average is right there. And that means we could have a short-term reversal as well, breaking above the 20-day moving average, then coming back up here towards 42,000, which is the last level of resistance over here of the 50-day moving average as well. So we might have a little bit of a fake out or like a bull trap where we just kind of have a pop up like this, then move down like that. But let's see on that downward side. I think we can easily have a short-term reversal here. Not likely, but we can still have it. And I think that's why you've seen people take buying opportunities down here, because this is really that last leg that we're going to be looking at here as far as crypto is concerned. Let me get rid of this. How does it look on the 15-minute chart? No, I won't keep this on here. Mostly because it's on the 24-hour stream as well. There you go. Let's see. Yeah, no worries, 5G. Happy to help you out. And hey, Turtle, puppies are born. Back to the charts. Oh, hey, Turtle, that's fantastic. All of them. I know you were saying you had some trouble with one last one. I'm happy they're born. I know it's going to be a struggle for me down the road as well, because I'm hoping that Loki can have some pups too. Um, Whether we move to Nicaragua or Belize, I'm gonna buy some type of property where I can have like a good 3 to 4 dogs on it, and that's what I'm hoping for. Like the property I'm looking for right now, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be available by the time I want to move down there next year. But the house I was looking at, it's like, let me see if I can find it here. Bookmarks. Can I do this right here? I don't know what it is. History. There you go. San. If I was gonna move to Nicaragua, it'd be this city in particular. Um, where's that? Lot largest to smallest. This one's under contract, but this is the one. This is probably like my little mini dream house here, where I could just live here for decades and just kind of scramble across the world and kind of fly everywhere. But check this place out. Old on the inside, but it has a view of the water, pool. This is the type of thing I'm hoping to buy. And it has, since it's kind of close to the ocean, I'm hoping that it'll probably have some good reception in case I need to get some type of Wi-Fi out there. Well, I will need Wi-Fi, but I'm hoping for like a house like that down there. And this is like $600,000 there, buys me like a mini freaking mansion. $600,000 over here in Seattle, I can get a hut. But that's the kind of the goal of the money I'm looking to make, or I'm hoping to make, right, to kind of pay for a lot of that stuff on this next altcoin season, whether it comes in a few months or a few years. Most likely, by next year sometime. Hey Ken, red is a Q4 buy for me. Oh, if you bought it in Q4, yeah, it's definitely been going down. I mean, if it's already down a lot for you on that one, that's something you can hold on just because of low market cap. So if it kind of blows up on the next altcoin season, if you understand what I'm saying, then all the losses won't even matter. And you just got to make sure you're playing with not so much money there. Or if you're looking to buy it in the future Q4, you can go for it. I would just buy it personally. I would probably be buying it when Bitcoin's kind of around that 200 weekly moving average type of zone. Hey Alex, yeah, as far as BitTorrent's concerned, if we have this crash, expect it to go down like another 30-40%, so be prepared for that. If you have a small bag and you want to cut your losses with it, I mean, it's up to you, right? But it's okay to have a stop loss in case we were to have some type of larger move like this, and that way you can either buy more BitTorrent on the way down, as it comes down, or you can just move that money to a different asset if you don't like the way it's been performing for you so far, right? For me, it's a long 5-year hold, so if you want to like go shorter term than that, adjust your strategy to either take some money off now, and if you don't want to become like if you don't want your bag to become even more of a bag, if you get what I'm saying, or you can double down. But I wouldn't recommend doubling down on any crypto at this moment in time, right? Um, and hey, Turtle, one female and two males, cute as can be. Oh wow, look at that. And I've been keeping track of crypto. Crypto has been very boring over the last week, so we've just been kind of going down slowly, down slowly. There's a lot of pessimism in the market right now. A lot of bears kind of talking. Um, I mean, Crypto Rover said he's one of the last few bulls in the market. There are still a lot of bulls on Twitter pumping. And part of the reason you guys have to understand this is there are YouTubers like me that talk about kind of data, and we're kind of we get views, we make money, but we make not nearly as much money as the entertaining crypto guys. They can be really funny, very amusing. They don't really give you good technicals, but they're just fun to listen to, right? Um, but they're really good at driving views. So what drives views in the crypto space or in the investing space? Going up, making a bunch of money. Well, if you're bearish, you're not really going to be. People aren't going to be as interested in watching your content because how am I going to make money when the market's coming down? Because a lot of people don't feel comfortable shorting the markets, right? Because they've kind of had this feeling that, oh, shorting is nasty, it's bad. I'm on the bad side of the trade, that type of stuff, right? So they need to gin up people just enough to get traffic to their YouTube channel, their Twitter accounts, and all that stuff to make their money. That's kind of the reason for them doing that. Us who trade, I make way more money trading than I do off of YouTube. This YouTube channel will only make about $700 at the end of the month, and that's before I even pay like the $100 for the streams, the Wi-Fi bill specifically for this channel. It's before all of that, and but I make more than enough money trading options and cryptocurrency, not just options, even though options makes me a lot more money than crypto, at least during this time, where I can feel comfortable, just still doing YouTube and stuff, where I don't have to pump everything up for you, right? I don't have to say Bitcoin's going to the moon every single day, or Matt Walsh. I don't have to say like the same thing about Dogecoin, right? It's that type of thing. But like you see, this is his chart right here, Crypto Rover. I think we might see a different chart if we just go back a few days. Well, actually, let's go to his account, Crypto Rover. Seems like a nice guy though. I'm not saying anything really bad about him, just kind of his technicals here. Bitcoin weekly RSI support. So he's looking for support right there. I think we need to have a reversal. So I think he has something right there, but I don't know how powerful that reversal is going to be. Same chart. Bitcoin breakout happening in 24 hours. Oh, so this is from today. Okay. Will Bitcoin have another 3-day death cross? Mm. Okay, he's looking at. Okay, that was what I was saying. Bitcoin's on the verge of an explosion. That's what he's hoping for. I see what he's hoping for. So he's kind of hoping for this move right here, right? I mean, from my point of view, though, he could have said the same thing about a trend line coming from here to here to here to here. So that's another squeeze, right? But again, it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out. I hope he's right. I really do hope he's freaking right. To a certain degree, I kind of want to buy some cheaper crypto. Man, I think he's probably spends so much time on Twitter. I don't know how you can spend so much time on Twitter. It's not my job though, so following wedge breakout. What's this pattern? Well, that's a new pattern. Okay. I like that he puts the actual technicals there though. This is a lot of interesting stuff here. I do like this fear to greed index though. I like that a lot. Okay. Get out this. Get Twitter. Get a CNBC. Got the coin market cap, and there we are. Okay. Hmm. Hey, Pedro, Jasmine. Yeah, Jasmine's another one of those coins that has just not been doing good at all. Yeah, it's definitely been coming down pretty hard. It hasn't even been honoring the Fibonacci levels, which has been crazy. The last time it honored a good Fibonacci level was way back over here as far as the retracement levels. April 9th, and then we didn't even like we stopped for a while, but then we haven't even been holding it properly, which has been kind of a pain here. I wonder if I could adjust in this just in a certain way, or maybe it does work. No, tap tap. No, kind of. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's not even honoring the technicals that you would want it to earn. The first breakout shorting opportunity was here. Another one was right there because we all know when it breaks, it likes to come back up. Broke down here, almost came back up to that level right there. As far as this is concerned, let me go to the weekly chart here. Maybe they'll give me a better idea. No, it doesn't. Wow, ouch. Yeah. I would say be careful with this one. It probably has more room to come down. It's not close to all-time lows just yet. It still would have to come down another 41%. Yeah, and it just broke down again. Oh yeah. Uh, I'd be careful with this one right here. Maybe you'll be looking at some type of a short-term bounce here because it hasn't been following its own technicals. I think you're seeing, Bitcoin really control this over its own technicals, which is rare because usually things trade within their own technicals, but they're kind of moved by Bitcoin's price. This is going in a different way, so I don't really like it as much. I would say be very careful. It just broke down, and usually after this thing breaks down, like we had right here, breakdown, it tends to not have a good time. Another breakdown was right here, tends to not have a good time. And again, we just broke out again, so be careful with Jasmine. This thing has just not been having the best luck as of late. It did have a short term pump over here, but I mean, that's really died back down. Now we're back down to kind of sad levels. And I think it was just because there might have been some shorts trapped in here, and they got stopped out, and they probably have been loading up on shorts, for months on this one here. So, maybe if you wanted to have a price target on it, and if you did want to buy, maybe I would have a price target around 38 cents or so. Excuse me, point 0.03, so almost a little over 3 cents here. But this one doesn't look good at all, so I'd be careful of it. Maybe if you can find a way to get a breakout on the weekly chart, that might be kind of nice here. But that might take out until like maybe actually daily chart. Maybe it might take until next week in order for that to happen. So at least you're at a level of support here. At least you're at a level of support. There was resistance back over here. That might give you an opportunity to buy, but I wouldn't feel comfortable buying this right now. Doesn't mean it can't pop up, especially if we have a short-term reversal on Bitcoin. But I'd be careful with this one going forward. Yeah, because let me draw this for us very fast. There you go. Starting to slow down a little bit, get kind of choppy. I think if we're going to break down whales, we're going to have to short this quite a bit here. I don't know if they really want to. And what's the other trend line this guy was using? Not this one. There we go. Here's another one. This is on the daily chart, not the weekly chart. And you can see how he kind of tapped on it right there. I don't know, we didn't tap on it exactly, but we got pretty close. So there's a few levels of support we really have to worry about. We broke down below it over here just to have an ugly double bottom neckline. I guess we broke out above it, but it might show a little bit more better on an hour chart maybe. No, even that doesn't look too good as well, but it's fine. Yeah. Oh, okay. But if you guys want to look at this, actually, on the hour chart, the 20 moving average on the hour chart seems to be a level of resistance for us. 2 hours, fine. 3 hours, fine. 4 hours, fine. Okay. Back ApeCoin on for a couple seconds. We'll kind of watch Bitcoin play itself out. Hey, Turtle, careful with Belize. Look up John McAfee. Oh yeah, I've heard of him. I haven't heard of him in a while. Didn't he like commit suicide or something like that though? Um, yeah, I haven't heard of John McAfee in freaking ages. But yeah, I'm gonna move to Belize or Nicaragua. There's nice places in Belize. There's nice places in Nicaragua. They're really nice places. Especially like the touristy spots. That's where I'd probably move. But I'm leaning towards Nicaragua just because I found this really nice little city that I'm gonna visit pretty soon, along with Belize, and it just seems like the perfect little beach town. And as long as it has good internet, I'm happy to live there. I've started emailing a couple of real estate agents actually this week. And if they can tell me how fast the internet can get there, I'm hoping for 1,000 megabytes per second. If I can get that, I can stream or I can upload anything I ever would want to, right? So that's what I'm hoping for. But I don't know if it's been built out that well in those type of smaller areas. If not, I will get Starlink, from Elon and see if that works out down there as well. Otherwise, I'll probably pay like $10,000 something to get hardwired into the ground or something like that. Hey, hey, Doctor V. BGB is having daily swings from 3 to 4%. Some people trying to push it up half the day, others pushing it down second half of the day. What do you make of it? If this anything, I see it kind of as more bearish than bullish as far as BGB's been concerned, just because I think people are panicking a little bit about Bitcoin. And so as the market cap has gone up from like the $33 million market cap to like the $100 million market cap, I think you started to see some of those more weaker hands get into the coin, if you will, and they're starting to panic a little bit, and you're seeing those longer term investors with it buying and loading up on those specific positions. I've seen this over the past few weeks here is as I've noticed those swings on BGB, somebody is loading up. I really don't know who I don't know a good way to actually see the wallets of who the largest BGB tokens are holders are. But I think it's probably bearish for the next few weeks or so, unless Bitcoin can have a full on reversal here. But I think it's just kind of a short term bearish kind of move here. Because if I go over here to BGB here, you know, we talked about that breakdown happening right here, best bouncing off of the 50, and these are those kind of massive swings that you're looking at. So on this day from open to wick, it was 10% down. Here from open to wick, it was up 7%. The other day, I mean, depending on which way you went, it was either up 3% or down 4%. And we're kind of in that choppy weather. I think you're just seeing some people that bought down here at the last breakout. This doesn't show the short chart, but there was multiple breakout opportunities over here. They're just taking some of their profits off because this is the first breakdown that we've seen, and they're just kind of afraid of what might be happening next. As well as we just had a death cross on the daily chart, and you're seeing after that we've kind of come down a little bit more. So it looks pretty bearish in the short term here. Long term, sure, this is going to be fantastic. They're adding tons of coins every single day. But in the short term, you might see it come back down to I don't know, maybe support around here at 15.5 cents. Maybe I'll buy some more down there or so, or just maybe wait for the next breakout. If you're looking for another reason to get more bullish on this, you would probably want to wait just about a week or so before it breaks out again. That way you might be able to break above the 20-day moving average if Bitcoin kind of holds up at these levels, if you will. So yeah, but right now I see it's kind of more of a bearish thing where you're just seeing some people sell off because nobody's shorting this, right? You can't short this yet. You're just seeing people sell off and then hoping that and there just seems to be somebody buying at these levels. I guess I don't know who it is, but somebody's buying up a bunch of it down here and happy to buy everything. I'm happy to buy up some more, but I kind of wanted it to get a little bit cheaper though, because I've been buying since this starts at 10 cents, but we've been buying this since 6 cents. Then it went up to 10. Then I bought some over here, and so forth. So bearish in the short term, most likely. I think just because of those weaker hands getting involved in there. If you look at the technicals there from trading view, it says strong sell. So that kind of goes along with it, but I think that's mostly just because people are panicking a little bit because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin 5. Let's go here, 88. There you go. Ape's coming down here just a little bit. Consolidation. Hey, Turtle. He claimed Blaze was extorting him for money. I love to live in South America, though. Oh, I didn't know about that. I'll have to figure it. I'll have to look into it. I mean, I'm always willing to learn more about a place I'm going to be moving to for the next decade or so, right? Um, I don't know. I'm moving more towards Nicaragua, but only because of this one city. It looks absolutely beautiful. I've had the pleasure of talking to some people on Facebook that live there. They make it sound like a really nice place. So, a lot of people, oh, dude, ApeCoin, who's selling off their shares? Somebody is trying to break this pattern of higher lows. Low, low, low. Somebody's trying to break that pattern so they can crash it back down. If this is a 15-minute chart, what does it look like? Almost like a double top here, looking to close down below the 200. Oh yeah, you barely got above this high, but I don't know if we closed above it. Ah, huh. Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch. There's buyers here though. That's the thing. As far as ApeCoin's concerned, he's trying to dump it, but there's buyers here. Scroll it down here. There you go. See, somebody's trying to stop this from crashing in real time. Hey, yeah, I hope so as well, Monica. I hope so as well. I don't like how they have a cap to how many people can actually stake their coins. I'll ask them about it, and maybe it's just like a thing where they just kind of push it out before it was ready to hold everybody, and maybe it's kind of a trial thing. But yeah, I'd be interested to see if they can find a way to do it longer, because I would be willing to just kind of stake it for like a year, so I don't have to worry about it. Now I worry about it because I have the ability to sell it and do stuff like that, right? And there you go. See, we're bouncing up here a little bit more. Somebody was really trying to launch that thing down, though. They may do another wave here pretty soon, but you got to be careful with that one, right? Came back up pretty well. Let's see, how would this work right here? Okay, maybe try that one. This is just a second chart. It really doesn't mean much, though. But usually after a little bit of a move like this, sometimes you see them really try to do another shakedown, if you will, to see if they can blast through that wall in a round two. But I'm not entirely sure if it would happen here. So a small breakdown. Too bad. Guess he's not going as precise as I would probably do it if I was a big old whale over here. No, he's trying. I'll hop out of this. I just want to see it tap on that wire line very fast. Nope, we should be fine. We just broke out of the upward trend. We're just going sideways. Unless he's trying to do a double top on the minute of the second chart. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, a double top on the second chart. It's rare to see, but it happens. Oh, yeah, I guess he is trying to do something. But I don't think it's too bad at the moment. Yeah, these aren't large moves, guys. That's a second chart. This is the minute chart. Nothing really has happened since we started talking about it. We just had this little bit of a pump right there, right? And there you go. Somebody's buying it back up all of a sudden. You can see that kind of a little boom right there. Yeah, somebody's trying to buy it up. Good for this. It should. I'm hoping it can move up a little bit higher. Okay. But okay, everybody, I'm gonna call it a night right now. Good hour and a half stream. As far as me being live this weekend, I don't know if I am going to be live specifically. I don't know. I don't know. Probably not unless something big happens. So if we have a major crash or something like that, I'll be happy to hop on. Hop on. I think we do need a short-term reversal here. I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow or a few days from now, but I think we've just kind of overextended a little bit more than we probably should have. So I think you may see bulls get a little bit more confident here and have a short-term boom. I'm not going to be trading the short-term boom, but I'm just like say, hey, we've had like 5 bad weeks in a row. We need to have one positive week. So that's what I'm hoping for going into the beginning of May. I'm hoping because if we have 6 bad weeks here in a row, that's really not going to be good for crypto going into May. You'll most likely see a bunch of panic because usually that messes with people's mental states. 1 bad week is fine. 2 bad weeks, 3 bad weeks, this is really bad. 4 bad weeks, dude, what the heck is going on? This is horrible. 5 bad weeks, the world's ending. 6 bad weeks, nuclear war. Whatever. It's just not a good thing to be looking forward to, right? So, I will see you guys most likely Monday evening. But if not, if something crazy goes on this weekend, look for me this weekend, and I'll be happy to kind of guide you through any big crashes or big pops that crypto may have this week. Okay, thanks.